Hi everyone, my name is Paula Mason Reeves, and my partner's name was Rebecca Williams. We're here to discuss developmental and behavioral disorder interventions for children. Welcome. Neurodevelopmental disorders will be discussed, as well as interventions that will be in the presentation. Early intensive behavioral interventions, which is EIBI, and Early Start Denver model, which is ESDM. Neurodevelopmental disorders causes impairment of the growth within the development of the central nervous system. This causes deficits in emotion regulation, learning abilities, self-control, and memory. It also includes intellectual developmental disorder and autistic spectrum disorder and ADHD. The developmental interventions include educational intervention program in which children diagnosed with certain developmental disorders are put into the same environment as other children who are not diagnosed with the developmental disorder. This also includes monitoring the difference in behavior between the two groups that can be assessed by both teachers and or parents. EIBI and ASD. This entails an appropriate developmental curriculum for the child. This starts at the developmental level of a child, which is good. It starts early. This is also administered in small steps per the evident procedure under the applied behavioral analysis. So it's not right away. There's certain steps to each function. EIBI's objectives. This is to answer the question of when to start this administered oral therapy and the skills and strategical programs. It also is to systematically review the evidence for the effectiveness of the EIBI to increase the functional behavior and skills of the young children with ASD. This helps to provide the person or parent teacher with reasoning and rational in approaching a case requiring choice for the intervention, to provide steps, what to take. This also is an open approach to the problem solving and decision making for the child with the behavioral or developmental problems. So they're not just pushed right into it. They'll know something about the program in order to know the effectiveness. Why ESDM? This improves the cognitive skills, the social skills, and the language skills that we depend on. The program is highly recommended over all others. The ESDM raises eagerness of the children, which is really good. They get used to being around other children, and they're able to recognize faces, so they're not uneasy about where they're at or who they're around. It also evaluates their social skills, and it raises their social skills, elevates it. The intervention integrates play-based relationship-focused strategies guided by the Applied Behavioral Analysis, ABA. So it's not a program to be taken lightly. This actually makes the child interact, so they can see where the child's at and what they need at this base to encourage the child. It's a good program where they start out at, instead of just sitting the child there and saying, here, you deal with it. The parents get to be involved so they know what's going on. Coping mechanisms. This can enhance the behaviors of the children who struggle with emotional regulation. This teaches the children best practices on what to do and how to make use of their time to feel uplifted. So it's like a guidance. Parents should understand the child's condition and allow time at home to discuss and come up with solutions to create better experiences with the child. So the parents are also involved. It's not just the child, it's the family. So everybody's more aware of what's going on. With both of these intervention programs, there is evidence that they are becoming more effective and are helpful, and they are helping the parents and doctors become more aware. They found that EIBI to be effective in improving intellectual capabilities if treatment is done correctly. So it's not forced, it's done the proper way. They also found that ESDM is based on the skill methods that is used to teach different varieties of communication skills. So this will help them become social, and they're not struggling to try to fit in, and they're not pushing away anybody. Both programs, if taught correctly to teachers and parents, can be administered and effective. We must educate the parents in order to help them and the children. If not, we're kind of basically at a loss. We're just pushing people into this program, especially with autism and other disabilities that they have for developmental. So we must focus on what is best for the child at this stage when they are younger. And this focuses parents on helping, just not to sit them there and say, okay, show me what I can do. So they actually have to brain search and say, okay, I want to be involved. How can I help? We thank you for your time, and the end.